Hello, everybody, and yes, welcome to the first episode of our Colorado Rockies 2020 franchise. Now, when I was trying to pick a team, I was thinking of a team that wasn't like one of the top teams in the league, because I'm not gonna go for like picking the Angels or the Dodgers or a team like that. I wanted to pick a team that needed help, but still had that like star player that like brings in ticket sales. Um, which today we are going over the rosters. And in 2 days, opening day, the video for opening day will be posted. But obviously, if you know anything about baseball, Nolan Arenado is the star player on Colorado. Now, in real life, Nolan does not want to be on the Rockies, and I don't know what's going to happen with that situation. But for this franchise, he will be on our team. I might trade him, but there's a good chance I won't. So today we are going to go over the complete roster. I'll give my personal opinion on the team. And by the way, guys, I am not a Rockies fan. I'm a Reds fan, so I might not know how to pronounce every single person on the team's name. Like I might not know how to pronounce a couple of them, but hopefully I do my best. But yeah, without further ado, looking at the starting or the starting five, starting rotation. German Marquez, he's pretty good. He's definitely, I don't think he's an ace type guy. He's definitely not a guy who I'm gonna want as our ace down the road. But him and John Gray are our two like best starters. Um, we got Senzatella, Kyle Freeland, and Ty Colbreth. Ty Colbreth actually started in AAA, and Jeff Hoffman was up in the MLB, but I decided to bring Ty up here into the majors to give him a shot because, as you can see, he has not played a single game in the majors. Um, so I wanted to give him that like shot, and his morale isn't affecting him yet because he does not like his contract. So hopefully we can get that whole contract situated after this season. But anyway, he he's gonna be up here. The starting five is not the greatest. I do like these two. They might not be like where they are now. Like they might not be one and two. They might be like two and three or three and four. Hopefully in a couple years. Also, this is gonna be a realistic franchise played on All Star for hitting and pitching. And the way I'm gonna do it is I'm not gonna play every game, and I'm not just gonna simulate it. This is a realistic rebuild where I'm going to play one game every series. So I'll probably play opening day, and then I'll simulate the rest of that opening series, and then I'll play one game from the other series. Now I might pick the game based off like its importance, like maybe we're playing the division leaders and the last game of the series, or maybe like there's a really good pitching matchup, like Yerman Marquez is our best guy, like going up against like Clayton Kershaw, because we're going to be going up against the Dodgers a few times this year and next year. I will be hoping to do at least 3 years of this, but I don't know how it's going to go. Hopefully, you guys do enjoy it. Going over our relief, it's horrible. That's like the nicest I could say it. It's absolutely horrible. James Pezos is like one of our only good lefties. Um, yeah, it's not great, and it's not young. Like a 27-year-old is our youngest. I mean, yeah, you do have 22 down here, but he's a D potential, and it doesn't get better with the closers as we have B potential, who's a 64 overall. In fact, he might actually. I'm gonna move him up to Double A because he's gonna need to get some playing time against tougher competition. And in fact, yeah, he needs to get up against tougher competition, and he's only 2 overalls lower than Wade Davis, who he's our closer right now, and he's a 66 overall. He's old, and old people regress a lot in this game, so I won't be surprised if our closing pitching situation actually changes midway through this first year. But as of right now, yeah, he's our closer. For a catcher, we have Dom Nunez and Tony Walters up here in the MLB. Actually, Drew Butera's up here too. Um, Dom Nunez will definitely be a starter. He's up here because of his fielding, which is important for a catcher. You do need good fielding. Um, he has better arm strength. Actually, to be fair, Oh wait, okay, yeah. He has better arm strength, but that's about it. And Tony Walters has better vision, but the hitting stats are a little bit better for Dom Nunez. Um, like I said, he's in there for our fielding, and he will more than likely be our starter for catcher. For first base, we have Daniel Murphy, who is definitely not a guy who's going to be sticking around here much longer. Hopefully, Toglia, hopefully he progresses quickly. I don't want to push these guys too far. Like I don't want to have to call him up like it this year. I want him to progress nicely with that A potential, and he's only 21. So Daniel Murphy will have to do. He's a good contact hitter and fielding, but for a first baseman, it doesn't really matter. Uh, so yeah, he hopefully he can stay in there as first base, not get injured, while Michael Toglia is progressing. For second base, we did have Garrett Hampson as our starter, but Scooter Gennett had not been signed yet from free agency, and I feel like he's a really good fit to this team. He has pretty good fielding, fielding with good arm strength and reaction. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he rakes against righties. He has a nice glitchy swing, and he's pretty good against righties. So I figured in a righty dominant lineup like this, Scooter Gennett would fit perfectly. So I picked him up. So he's going to be our starter for second base. He's 29. So if he does good in simulation, like if he hits like 250 or above, he might be here for years to come. Now going over to third base, we do have our franchise player Nolan Arenado, and like I said earlier, he I don't know what's happening with him in real life. I don't know what his current situation is. I honestly I don't I don't know about him in a Rockies uniform, but for this franchise, I 110% see him in a Rockies uniform. Um, as you can see, his morale is actually like he's happy with his current situation. We have to play good, and he has to play good in order for his morale to stay up, because if we start tanking and like we're like in fourth or fifth place and he's not playing up to expectation, he's gonna want to get the heck out of here. He is locked up on contract till 2026, so that's nice. He's not gonna leave in free agency or anything, but he could demand a trade, and that's where we'd have to find a deal. I said, this is gonna be realistic. Like, I'm not gonna go trade Nolan Arenado and Trevor Story for Mike Trout. Like, it's gonna be realistic. I'm gonna try and draft players and do that sort of thing. But going over to shortstop, we have Trevor Story. Again, another guy who I definitely want, like staying in a Rockies uniform, because he rakes against lefties, and that's another reason. Because look, we have two good righty hitters. That's another reason why I want Scooter Gennett. But if Scooter Gennett doesn't happen to pan out, we do have Brendan Rodgers down here, who has a potential at 22 years old. Um, I had his Diamond Dynasty card last year, and that's actually how I found out about this guy. He had a 2019, but I mean, for 76 at bats, you can't expect too much out of him. Um, so yeah, he's currently not happy about his situation because he's in the minors. But you know what? For now, that's what's gonna have to happen. He could be a guy that comes up and plays shortstop and moves Trevor Story over to second base, or Trevor Story could stay at shortstop and Brendan Rodgers could move over second base. It all depends on what happens with the team. If we can get more lefty hitters, then that might be something that happens. But if we stay righty dominant, he might just have to be a trade piece or something like that. For left field, we have David Dahl. Now, he is someone who, like, I don't know what's gonna happen with him. He has very good contact, and if he does good in simulation and I play good with him, he's staying on the team as our left fielder for the future because he's very young and he still has a little bit of potential. Like, he could probably be an 88 max. So that's pretty. Our left field's pretty, straightforward. Nothing too major happening there. Center field is really where it gets interesting. Ian Desmond and Raimel Tapia. I do think that what the computer has already done with the lineups is Ian Desmond is starting against left-handers. Like when a left-hander's starting, he's gonna be in the lineup, and when Raimel Tapia is gonna be in the lineup, it's gonna be against a righty. And I like that because he definitely Raimel Tapia has a better contact against righties, and Ian Desmond rakes against lefties. Like that's great stats against lefties. So that I'm probably gonna keep that how it is. But center field is definitely something that we want to look at to maybe draft. A closing pitcher is also something because in MLB The Show 20, the drafts always end up coming up with like um what's it called? It's they always come up with closing pitchers that like have really good potential and really high overall, like come like year one, year two. So I might look to draft there as well. And then right field, Charlie Blackmon. Not much to say about this guy. He doesn't have the greatest defense. Our defense in the outfield is atrocious. Like it's gonna be something we're gonna have to work on. Charlie Blackmon is mainly in here for his amazing hitting. But he is getting up there in age, so that might be someone we look to maybe trade. Let's see, contract. Okay, we have him till 2023, but oh shoot. But in 2023, let's be honest, he's not going to be great. So we might look to trade him either this year or next year. I feel like that's something that would be realistic because he is getting old. Um, I keep switching teams. There we go. So yeah, that's our roster. This is what the lineup is going to look like for, this is what mainly is going to happen. Right-handed pitcher, no DH. This is what we're going to have going up there. I don't know about, like, Trevor Story. He is so good, but the problem is against righties, he ain't it. So, that's another thing. Brendan Rodgers, hopefully he gets good against righties, because he might be someone who comes up here just as a righty specialist who, like, just hits against righties. I personally think that this team could sneak into the playoffs. Now, it's not likely. Like at all, it's not likely, but it could happen. Very, very. I personally, I think they will finish in like fourth come year one. But let's see what happens. Real quick, I want to take a look at that closing pitcher that I sent up to AAA. I want to see where he is. That's Michael Toglia. I think I missed him because I definitely saw as like the top 50 prospect symbol next to him. Unless he's not. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess he's just not up here yet. I could have sworn though I saw the top 50 player. Yeah, look. I guess that just means a prospect, like a top prospect. But yeah, hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. I'm probably gonna record opening day, right after this video comes out. So look for that in 2 days. This video should be coming up on, let's see, what is it? It's gonna be, I want to say Monday. Yeah, Monday. It's gonna come out on Monday, and then subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you know when the next video comes out sometime on Wednesday. It could be a little bit later because, like, I'm a little bit busy sometimes. So look for the next episode on Wednesday. Hopefully you guys are excited. Leave a like, remember, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.